the first good news I've had. But here's an interesting story for Mike Max. Saturday morning, I'm on Woman Lake, and the wind's pretty stout out of the south. And I'm fishing with Ravens veterinarians, Doc and Jay Epping. And suddenly Jay says, I think we better get over there. And I turn around and look, and here in this bay, just coming out of this bay, is a duck boat overturned with two duck hunters sitting on the bow of the duck boat, which is upside down, with three dogs and a guy in the water, treading water, and decoys and dead ducks and shotguns and cases floating all over in this wind.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. And when I first saw it, I thought they were fishermen that had somehow swamped their boat because the waves are pretty good. But no, they were all duck hunters. We managed to, I got a 20-foot skeeter, Travis, as you know, and we managed to get two of those duck hunters up over the gunnels into the skeeter. But, I mean, it's not easy to do that.
No. Did they have waders on?
They didn't have waders, but they had heavy, camouflage clothes on.
Talk about
big boots. And you can't help yourself much. But these guys, they were younger guys, probably in their late 30s, I'm saying, maybe early 40s. An older guy. He had a life jacket on, he got in the other boat. But it was an adrenaline rush to get those guys out of that water. Of course, the water temperature is under 60 degrees, so it's if we hadn't have been there, who knows how long they would last. They were not showing any signs of hypothermia that I could tell because I think they had some adrenaline going. But if they had floated out there maybe, half an hour at the most, they probably would have had some trouble. One guy was just hanging on to the sack of decoys, which is a good thing to do because decoys are going to
keep you floating.
Keep you afloat, big bag of them. But here, what a sight to see coming up. One guy in the water, guns and cases floating all over, decoys floating all over, and two duck hunters and three dogs sitting on top of the duck boat.
What was the reason for it?
What's that?
What was the reason for their capsize? What happened?
Well, they said, they realized they were overloaded, and they came out of this bay, and the wind was blowing right in there with all these whitecaps. And they just took a wave and filled her up with water, and then when they had to bail out, or the boat flipped over. So the duck boat's sitting upside down, and the prop is sticking out of the water.
Wow.
So it was quite the sight.
You fast forward another month and a half, and that probably has a different ending, which is really scary to think about.
Well, absolutely. It could have been a different ending anyway with if nobody had been around. Thank gosh there was another boat and our boat, and we got them out, and everything was fine. And but quite a lesson. Made everybody pretty nervous. One guy was concerned about his brand new Benelli, but he said, I only got concerned about my gun now that everybody's safe.
Right.
Well, it is unbelievable, Ron. You talked about those water temps. That's no fooling around. We talk about it with spring fishing, and guys go out and the weather gets heavy. I mean, you get early in the season, late in the season. It's no fooling around.
Absolutely. That's why a life jacket ought to be, duck hunters are supposed to have them with them. Of course, they don't have to have them on. But, yeah, cold water is a killer. And but in this case, there was a happy ending. So